Breaking barriers and shattering glass ceilings. From Vice President Kamala Harris making Capitol Hill history to the first female Super Bowl referee calling the shots. Today, women are making remarkable strides in leveling the playing field of life.
Above Hollywood, where dreams really do come true, atop the luxurious Lowe's Hotel, a shout out to all the fierce females. I'm Cher Calvin, and 22 floors down is the iconic Hollywood Boulevard, where the Oscar red carpet is usually rolled out for entertainment's brightest stars. Though for the next hour, all 198 Nexstar television stations across the country are honoring and celebrating everyday women. Their names may not be in lights or faces on the cover of magazines, but their stories and their hearts, plus passion for positive change and commitment to their local communities, make these remarkable women our country's biggest stars.
It's just possible that historians will look back at this time and say that for the first time, the human animal stopped dividing itself up according to visible difference, according to race, or according to sex, and started to look for the real and the human potential inside.
Hollywood history set in cement from the golden era to today. Here at the forecourt of the stars, over 300 screen legends have left their mark. But did you know it was a woman who was first to leave an everlasting imprint? Yup, April of 1927, actress Mary Pickford's hand and footprints started it all. Inside the TCL Chinese Theater IMAX is just as awe-inspiring. From 1944 to 1946, the incredible venue hosted the Academy Awards. Behind this curtain, Cecil B. DeMille's The King of Kings premiered. Star Wars was launched. Today, the renowned theater is home to the largest IMAX auditorium in the world. And now, on the most preeminent silver screen, these are Nexstar's nominated remarkable women from coast to coast.
Hello everyone, I'm Perry Sook, Chairman, CEO, and founder of Nexstar Media Group. Nexstar began 25 years ago in 1996 with just one television station and the belief that a commitment to local news and community service would enable the company to grow and provide value to viewers and advertisers alike. Today, Nexstar owns or operates 198 television stations in 116 markets across the United States. And we produce more than 270,000 hours of local news each year. Commitment to local content and service to our viewers and advertisers and the communities in which we operate remains the fundamental part of our core beliefs and our mission. Nexstar's Remarkable Women Initiative, now in its third year, was born out of this commitment and is designed to honor the influence that women have had on public policy, social progress, and the quality of life across the country. The initiative took place during March, during Women's History Month, where we asked viewers to nominate deserving women in each of our local communities. We received over 9,000 nominations in our campaign. Once the nominees were submitted, each of our TV stations picked 4 local leaders as market finalists. A committee was established to select 6 national finalists from across the Nexstar nation. and one person will be selected and recognized as the 2021 Remarkable Woman of the Year. They have continued to transform our individual communities, making our world a better place through their legacy, inspiring all of us to do more and be better citizens. Nexstar is proud to serve our local communities and proud to bring more awareness to the incredible and important role that women play in our society and the remarkable contributions they make every day.
To announce the 6 finalists, we wanted to go big. So I handed the mic over to the girl boss, who not only has her own morning show on Coast 103.5, but also her very own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
You've empowered women in an industry that wasn't always welcoming to all.
The incomparable Ellen Kay is the voice for the Grammys and even the 2016 Academy Awards. Now, Ellen Kay, take it away.
From coast to coast, the 6 finalists are Judy Pickett from Sacramento, California, Denver, Colorado's Angel Molel, Pauline Rodgers calls Jackson, Mississippi home, Jill Wiese hails from Bismarck, North Dakota, in Charlotte, North Carolina, Fonda Bryant, and Christie Lucas lives in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Congratulations and thank you for what you do.
So exciting. Coming up, get to know these 6 women and their incredible life-changing causes. Plus, legendary Suzanne Summers and more famous female powerhouses zoom in to share their inspiring stories. Plus, say congratulations to Nexstar's 6 Remarkable Women finalists.
In life, you just have to put one foot in front of the other and look at each day as an opportunity to do something positive for yourself or for someone else. And I want to thank you, Remarkable Women, for changing the world beyond your wildest dreams. Congratulations.
So, yeah, just a silly mistake. I guess I look pretty ridiculous.
No one looks ridiculous, Bob. Progressive is always here for you with round-the-clock service.
Just so you know, next time you can submit a claim with our mobile app.
Good. Thanks again for rushing over.
Are you kidding? This is what 24/7 protection looks like.
Okay.
You smell like fish.
Sorry.
I was talking to Jamie.
Hi, I'm Ben with RJR Maintenance and Management. We're a property management company in Bismarck, Mandan area. We offer multifamily complexes, we offer duplexes, quadplexes, single-family homes. It's always our goal to expand our business, expand different avenues, and get the community more that we can offer them. With storage units, heated shops, HOAs, condo associations, commercial properties. I feel like we've touched base on a lot of things, and it's what really wraps us all together, being able to provide as much as we can for the community.
I don't want to tell you how to think.
Basically, every single Border Patrol officer that I spoke to said that this was unlike anything that they'd seen before.
We've got too many illegal guns in the hands of criminals.
I want to give you something to think about.
The Dunlund Report, weeknights at 7, 6 Central on News Nation.
No one ever said sports wasn't partly political, huh, Peter?
Everything's political. Nobody has the exact answer.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's a misnomer. It should just be called the Music Hall of Fame.
Banfield, weeknights at 10, 9 Central on News Nation.
I'm sorry I couldn't save you.
You needed a hero, so you became.
Sometimes getting back to normal might just mean starting fresh.
Walker. Thursdays at 7 on the Dakota's CW.
Hey, sandwich fan. New Denny's melts belong in your hand. Patty melt's a classic. The Big Dipper's fantastic. And the Nashville hot chicken, bombastic? 4 melts in all, grilled to please. See you at Denny's.
From the entertainment capital of the world, welcome back to Nexstar's Remarkable Women. I'm Cher Calvin, and we're now at the grand and historic Hollywood Pantages Theater, where the very first televised Academy Awards were held, hosted by Bob Hope. Theater is an experience like nothing else. It can teach history, it can inspire change, plus transport audiences to another world. And that is why we chose this incredible location to introduce the first finalists in Nexstar's Remarkable Women. Born in a remote village in Tanzania, Africa, one of 16 children who once only had one threadbare traditional Maasai cloth to wear, a young woman straddling two worlds. But this is not a Broadway play. This is Angel Molel's real and remarkable life.
My dream was to make it past 7th grade. 10 years ago, I was just a young girl in a small Maasai village in the middle of nowhere. I want to inspire women, especially the ones in my village. That's why I take it so seriously, because I know it's so much bigger than I am. Hi, my name is Angel Millel. I am remarkable. My culture, the Maasai culture, is such a huge part of who I am. I literally grew up with nothing, and yet I had everything. I grew up, searching for food every day and water. Prior to 2010, I've never known a person named Tony. In 2010, he came to volunteer at the school that I was attending. He gave me this look that, I'm here, and I gave him this look that, oh my gosh, it's just like, I don't know how to explain our first look. And he started taking care of me, and because I was constantly sick, he started becoming the friend that I never had, or a dad, and it's just, I'm getting teared up talking about it.
Tony Mataroli. I talked to her father and family, who then from what I understand, had a meeting with a lot of the people in the village. Told them I would like to try to bring her to the United States for a better education. So it was really a village decision whether this was going to happen or not.
He literally came all the way from Denver. He could have stopped in Minneapolis. He could have stopped in Europe. He could have stopped in Kenya. And for him to just happen to be in Tanzania, in a remote village in the middle of nowhere, volunteering in a small school, there's no other way to describe that. That's one in a million. One Love is a nonprofit that I started in 2018 with the help of my adoptive father. And One Love is really just dedicated to educating the Maasai children in my village who can't afford to, attend school, or their parents cannot by any means send them to school. I honestly could not move on with my life in America and just forget my past, because honestly, I'm here because of them. I'm here because of my whole village. I'm here because of my adoptive dad.
What Angel's doing is really making a positive impact on her village already. One of her main goals is she wants the young girls to have aspirations and to have hope, and not just think that they have one path in life. She's so selfless. She's always thinking of others. She's so kind and polite.
I cannot function without Tony. The biggest part wasn't even starting the nonprofit. It was pitching it to him and seeing his reaction. Instead of giving me the look like, that's not possible, he was like, well, let's start working on it. And one day I was just in the car listening to Bob Marley, the One Love song, and I was like, wait a second, what? That's a really good name for my nonprofit, because it is about, even though the people donating, like the people who live in America, don't really know the people in my village, it is still that same, love and support that, brings everybody together. And so that's really why I named it One Love. A remarkable woman to me is someone who really helps other people, and even though she doesn't get anything in return, it's just that showing her love and showing her support, through her actions.
She changed my life so much, because once she got here, my life was Angel.
Sorry, I can't get the words out. I would want him to know that I am grateful. I would thank him for being my angel. I would thank him for basically saving my life.
Since the Maasai people don't keep official birth records, Angel is not even sure of her real age or birthday. But that won't stop her and her adopted dad from celebrating this May 16th. What an extraordinary young woman. Now from Colorado to Sacramento, California, a middle school teacher and mom who is literally running for her life. A 3-time breast cancer survivor who races for those who can't. Meet honoree Judy Pickett.
I had a very difficult time about 3/4 of the way into the race because it just hit me like a ton of bricks. You know, my cancer's back. Why am I even here? Why am I running? What difference does any of this make? And I stopped right in the middle of the street and had a little pity party right there. And a gentleman came up from behind me and tapped me on the shoulder. He knew I was a survivor because of my hat. And he said, "You can do this. The finish line is right there. Don't ever stop."
She's just Judy. She's my wife, and she does a lot for a lot of people. I think she gives so much to those junior high school kids.
Good job, good job. Oh, almost. Nice try.
Miss Pickett is remarkable. She's just so empowering and encouraging to others. She has that vibrant happiness about her that it just raises everybody else's mood.
She definitely is a fighter, and she doesn't quit, and she keeps a smile on her face the whole time.
I've been diagnosed 3 different times, and so I'm just a survivor that's not going to give up. Women need to hear the story and know that there's a lot of hope out there. I knew that I was going to fight it with everything I had. I had these 3 beautiful boys and a family that I needed to be here for. They needed me. He was 16 years old and a lifeguard. Did a little too steep of a dive and hit his head on the bottom of the lake, broke his neck and suffered a spinal cord injury. He just looked at me and he said, "Mom, I know I'm gonna get through this because you did. You got through your cancer and I'm gonna get through this too." He's doing well now. He's in a wheelchair, but he can walk with assistance. So after I was diagnosed, a friend of mine told me about the Race for the Cure that was in Sacramento, and honestly, I'd never heard of the Race for the Cure, but I knew it benefited breast cancer. I thought, you know, this is what I can do. I can use my running to get the message out. I've done 158 races in 45 states benefiting breast cancer since my diagnosis.
When she told me, I'm gonna run every Race for the Cure in the country, and I wanna do it in 5 years, I was on board, and I said, let's do it.
Good try. 4 hits. Nice try though, ladies. 1999, we moved back to El Dorado County, and I wanted to do something local to help students. And I thought, well, let's help people that have had to deal with cancer in their family, just like we've had to deal with cancer in our family. So we started a scholarship program at all the high schools in our county. The recipients have to have an immediate family member that has had a cancer diagnosis.
When I was in junior high and then also in high school, my mom was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma.
To date, we've given away about $130,000. I think we're up over 150 to 180 recipients.
And so I did get to win that scholarship, and so did both of my sisters actually. To know that somebody saw that and wanted to support me and also my family through that was just really cool. Feels good for anybody to be recognized for the things that you go through. Our family motto is tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Judy isn't hanging up her running shoes or slowing down anytime soon. She has just 5 states left before making her goal of racing for a cure in all 50. Now that's inspiring. And we have 4 more amazing women to meet who will be named Next Star's Remarkable Woman of the Year. Our Hollywood celebration will be right back.
She was the first female professional to win Dancing with the Stars and crowned champion twice.
Congratulations to all the fierce, strong, yet vulnerable and beyond remarkable women out there.
Who is the most interesting person that you know? Maybe it's a teacher or a gardener, an inventor. Maybe it's an artist or a first responder or a volunteer. Whoever it is, I'd like to introduce them to the rest of North Dakota. I would love to hear and share their story. So send me your ideas to bfar@kxnet.com. And be sure to watch Someone You Should Know Thursday nights on KX News at 9 only on the CW.
Sponsored by Dakota Bank.
Berg's 24-hour towing and crane service has been serving this community with first-rate towing and roadside assistance that you've come to expect. What you maybe didn't know is Berg's has joined the fight against breast cancer. When you see our pink trucks working around town, a portion of every tow is donated to help find a cure. We also enjoy partnering with our community members by participating in and sponsoring local events. Help us support this worthy cause. Call Berg's 24-hour towing and crane service. Big or small, we'll save them all.
The game is over, and you still can't get enough? Get the inside look with KX Sports After the Whistle every Sunday nights at 10:35. Review the greatest plays and most shocking upsets of the week, plus impactful stories on athletes that go beyond the game. Catch up on the action with Phil Bonatti, Luke Gamble, and David Gibson to tackle all the latest sports news, highlights, and scores. After the Whistle, Sunday nights at 10:35, exclusively on KX.
Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. Because of this, we built Ford Edge with intelligent all-wheel drive. Because of this, we built Ford EcoSport to give you traction when and where you need it. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now, for a limited time, get up to $6,800 total savings on an Edge, only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Want to take a ride in luxury? Premier Limousine is Minot's Luxury, providing limo service across the northern part of North Dakota. Looking to add a touch of class to a business trip, throwing a bachelor or bachelorette party, or just wanting a fun night out on the town with friends? Rest assured that every ride in a Premier Limousine is sanitized, safe, and secured. And with 5 TVs and 4 subwoofers with 3,500 watts of stereo power, you're certain to have a Premier experience. Visit MinotLimo.com and like us on Facebook. Premier Limousine. We're Minot's Luxury.
Champions, trailblazers, and everyday heroes. Nexstar has 198 television stations across the country, and these are the local remarkable women city winners from coast to coast. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Cher Calvin, and I am honored to introduce these warriors who dedicate their lives to others and proud to celebrate these everyday special women as the stars they truly are. We are now just steps away from the Santa Monica Pier at the Lowe's Hotel, and like the Pacific Park Ferris wheel, women really do make the world go round. Now it is my pleasure to bring you Fonda Bryant's story of hope.
I really shouldn't even be here today. I should have been dead as a teenager. When you isolate yourself, those thoughts come into play and they get louder to the point where those thoughts turn into action. We have a lot of discrimination in this country, but one thing that does not discriminate is mental health. I'm Fonda Bryant. I struggle with clinical depression, and I'm a 26-year suicide survivor. I actually took a ton of pills. You feel very much alone and you feel incredible pain. People don't really realize that the pain that we feel is not just in our head. It takes over our whole body. My Aunt Spanky did the ultimate, and I will always, always be grateful to her, always. She said, "Are you gonna kill yourself?" And I said, yes. She had me involuntarily committed, and at the time I was really upset with her. But if she hadn't have done that, I wouldn't be here. You got two choices when it comes to someone in crisis or suicidal. You can help save our life, or you can do nothing and risk going to a funeral and live with the fact that you didn't help them. In 2014 was the last time that I thought about hurting myself. And I came out of the gym and I was gonna jump off the parking deck. And when I came in, I normally always speak to my son. And I walked right past him and went in the bedroom and shut the door. And he came in the room and he told me, he said, "Mom, you can help people. I know you can." I started my own nonprofit called Wellness Action Recovery, and the acronyms spell WAR. And it's like we have to go to war every day with ourselves just to make it through the day. We have to go to war with the public, thinking we're crazy, we're nuts, we're psycho. It's still a baby, but I plan to turn that into a force. One of the things I've done is get suicide prevention signs up in parking decks. You're not alone. And then we came up with Need Help, called the National Suicide Hotline. And I have a wonderful event called Sanity, Not Vanity, where I take mental health and working out for mental wellness. I just want people to know if you're struggling, you're not alone. There's help available. Depression is a debilitating disease. You don't even some days have enough energy to brush your teeth. If you don't take care of your mental health, it is not going to take care of you. If you need help, you can get better and you can lead a good life, because without help, it will get worse. And so I just urge everyone who's watching this and hear me, please, if you're struggling, go get help. You can get better, I promise you.
Fonda reminds a brighter day is always around the corner. And now let's head to the heartland of Pennsylvania, where honoree Christie Lucas waves the red, white, and blue.
So I've always tried to live my life as a life of service to others. So it's just all about helping people ever since I was little. I tell people often that I don't make a dime doing what I do, but I am by far the richest woman in the world through the work of Roots for Boots and what we do. My grandfather was in World War II. My great-grandfather was in World War I. I had an uncle in the Navy. My father-in-law was in the Korean War. My dad's a Marine. So we were always very patriotic as a family. And then it really picked up when I was a teacher. And I would plan the Veterans Day assemblies. And that's kind of where this passion started. I always loved having veterans in the school. And the kids loved having them in the school and hearing their stories. And a lot of the stories had to do with perseverance and resilience and living to fight another day. I feel like that was the spark that started it when I worked on those Veterans Day assemblies. The name of the nonprofit is Roots for Boots. We are a grassroots nonprofit. We are completely 100% volunteer, completely funded by the community. And what we try to do is meet whatever need or challenge a veteran, active duty, or military family would have. And we ask people to use their gifts, talents, and resources to help us. With Roots for Boots, we wanted the community to be connected in a direct way with our military. So we consider the roots us, and the boots are them. All of our veteran stories are special and unique. Probably one that stands out for me is Jacoby. Jeremy was exposed to chemicals during his deployments, and he is losing mobility in his legs from his waist down. So he is not able to run with his young son, he's not able to play football or basketball or anything like that. So when I met Jeremy, he was inquiring as to whether or not we would help him to get one of the all-terrain action track chairs that we provide for our veterans. These chairs are considered a luxury by the VA, so they won't provide them for him or for our veterans. And they have tracks on the side of them so they can go over any type of terrain. They have a swivel arm for a firearm. They can put fishing equipment on the back. Jeremy was telling me his story, and he broke down crying. I reached across the table, and I put my hand on Jeremy's arm, and I said, Jeremy, I will get you that track chair. Our core values are serve, educate, and inspire. The first thing we want to do is serve others. Educate will always be part of what I do because it was my life's work. I want to be able to inspire people into doing those selfless acts of kindness towards each other. If Roots for Boots wasn't around, where would Jeremy be? Where would our veterans be that needed help with car repairs, home repairs, their mortgage? And sometimes it's just that one little thing that you do that makes a difference. It doesn't seem like a lot to us. It can be life-changing as well for our veterans. What makes a remarkable person? I think first of all, gratitude. Just to be grateful for all the blessings that are brought into your life, for the way that you've been able to bless other people's lives. Really, I don't consider myself remarkable, and that's why when you all called me and told me that I had this honor, I was like, what did I do? I think those that nominated me, especially those that are veterans that we help, I think they're remarkable. I think every veteran that I've had the honor to work with is remarkable. I believe we're all called during our time on earth here to do something. I don't believe in coincidence, so anything worth having doesn't come easy. And it's those storms, those failures, those are your markers, those are your stepping stones to what could be your greatest moments.
And that is 4 of Next Star's 6 remarkable women honorees. Coming up, a nurse who puts all others first, plus an ex-inmate offering others a second chance as Next Star's Remarkable Women returns.
A remarkable woman is someone who is not afraid to live authentically herself. Congratulations to all you amazing, remarkable women.
Hello, my name is Jamie Fleck, and I am the CEO of DTN Staffing. In 2005, I decided to become a travel nurse. After traveling to various assignments in the state of North Dakota, in 2007, I started Dakota Travel Nurse. I had a vision of becoming the #1 agency people chose to work for. Today, we are staffing over 365 facilities across the Midwest. We thrive at taking care of you so you can take care of our customers.
If you missed KX Conversation at 6, you missed the discussion on issues that affect us all. You missed the conversation that leads to solutions. Be part of the conversation. KX Conversation, weeknights at 6 on KX News. Our Legislative Assembly is in session and KX News is on with Inside North Dakota Politics. Join Nicholas Kwolek, Josh Meny, and Maddie Beer Temple as they focus on the issues, politics, and what it means to you. Inside North Dakota Politics, Sundays on KX News.
If you printed out directions to get here today, you're in the right place. My seminars are a great tool to help young homeowners who are turning into their parents. Now remember, they're not programs, they're TV shows. You woke up early, no one cares. Yes?
So I was using something called Home Quote Explorer from Progressive to easily compare home insurance rates. Was I hashtagging?
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer.
Guess what? The waiter doesn't need to know your name.
Before you turn in for the night, watch KX News at 9 on the Dakota's CW. Get us over the air, on satellite, or through your cable TV provider. KX News at 9.
To truly master Kung Fu, one must have a quiet mind. Shall we begin?
Kung Fu. Kung Fu, Wednesdays at 8 on the Dakota's CW.
The heart of Hollywood, shining the light and raising the curtain at the world-famous TCL Chinese Theater. If you at home had not nominated these 114 extraordinary women, we may never have known their name or inspirational story. So thank you.
I
am Jamie Valvano.
And I am a remarkable woman.
My name is Nancy Schick Greenberg.
I am Susan Canning.
Molly Walker.
Pamela Neely.
I am remarkable.
I'm a remarkable woman.
And I am a remarkable woman.
I am a remarkable woman.
Colleen Holmbeck.
I'm Casey Kilpatrick.
I am Heather Lusk.
I'm proud to be
Remarkable woman.
a remarkable woman.
And I'm a remarkable woman. And I am a remarkable woman.
And now 2 more to meet before announcing next star's Remarkable Woman of the Year. An unlikely friendship built behind bars. Pauline Rodgers' life changed the day she was sentenced to prison. But today, she is free and provides other ex-inmates a safe place for a second chance.
Trust
and obey, for there's no other way. Absolutely no one can imagine what prison life is like. You have to know what it feels like to shower with someone watching you, to go to bed, everyone's watching you. I lost the human side of Pauline. I became a number, 66743. I stayed in prison for 3 years. I reaped the benefits of stealing, but I also was stealing for my 10 other siblings. I would dress them up, go to the nearest funeral, not to grieve with bereaved families, but to get to the repast, where there would always be food that I could take back home. I'm Pauline Rodgers from Jackson, Mississippi. My building was like one of these. I used to live in D building. I met Wendy Hatcher in the church service when I was in prison. She showed me a better way. She humanized. The first thing she did was she brought me back to the human me. Because everywhere you went in prison, you had to call out your number, which my number, again, is 66743. Everywhere you went, you had to, when they ask you next and you go up, you 66743. And when you went to service and Wendy said, well, what is your name? And I would give her my number. She asked again, what is your name? And I gave her that number. The third time when she asked me that, she said, what is your name? And when she said that, tears just welled up in my eyes because I felt when she said that. And I gave her my name, and she never identified any of us as a number. She always called us by our name. And I was like, this lady is special.
She's the same today as she was back then. She's Pauline. She's a fine young lady. She's my best friend.
You're my best friend. She risked it all. She allowed me to live with her, physically with her when I got out of prison, because I wanted to relocate. I liked the person that I had become before I got out of prison, and I wanted to stay on the path of investing more of that person that I had started investing in, and people had started investing in me while I was there. The name of our foundation is Reaching and Educating for Community Hope Foundation. And we use the acronyms RECH, pronounced REACH. We help individuals and families impacted by crime and incarceration. And our mission is to see them in a thriving and sustainable community that's inclusive of them. This place is a re-entry campus, a new beginning for people that have served time.
Miss Pauline and I met in prison. She made a very great impact on me.
The world is not prepared for us when we come out. You go in, you do your time, you expect to come out and be a citizen. That's not so.
I had the pleasure of sorting through some of the mail, and those letters were, a lot of people were contacting Pauline personally saying, can you help me?
I will always fight for these men and women.
The challenges that she has had and what she's had to come through and where she's had to come from, she is one remarkable lady.
We all deserve second chance. You're your heart.
And you're my child.
And you're my mom. I am a second chance.
Trust and obey,
for there's no other way. I am remarkable.
Pauline considers taking care of the woman who saved her life all those years ago an honor. And it is an honor to share their story. And now north to Bismarck, North Dakota, where nurse Jill Wiese is on call 24/7.
I think being a nurse, we give a lot of our time. Giving back to me can just really make a lot of difference for a lot of people. You need to make a certain amount of money to pay your bills, but the rest of it you can sure give time and give to people. My name is Jill Wiese, and I am a registered nurse in Bismarck, North Dakota at Sanford Same-Day Surgery. And I also work at the Bismarck Cancer Center where we do radiation.
Listen to your heartbeat real quick.
We get patients ready for surgery. You come back to me after surgery and we recover you, and then we discharge you when we think you're ready to go home.
You want me to call your family? Are you ready for them to come back? Yeah.
Monday through Friday I'm working in Bismarck. On the weekends is when I am on the Washburn Volunteer Ambulance as well as the Huff Hill Ski Patrol in the winter. The Washburn Volunteer Ambulance is a super amazing group of very dedicated, I say volunteer, but they're all lifesavers.
Didn't know where we were going to get the next, volunteer from, and you remember that.
Oh yeah, yes.
When I saw the Remarkable Woman piece broadcasted, I thought of Jill immediately. I called her a human hurricane. Jill and I have known each other for around 15 years. She's one of those people that just has that healing touch.
Well, I was in the Army National Guard and I became a combat field medic in 1978. I fell in love with nursing. My first job was actually medical oncology with cancer patients. I knew that right away. That's where I had to be.
Energy, enthusiasm, passion, all those cool words about somebody who just brings it every time she does something.
We started Cottonwood Bluegrass Band having our 20th anniversary this September. We do a lot of fundraisers, play a lot of benefits.
Oh, they tell me your love's like a flower in the springtime blossoms fair.
We put on The Bluegrass Goes Pink, and that is a fundraiser for the Bismarck Cancer Center we started in memory of my sister Barb, who died of breast cancer when she was 50. She was a heart nurse, big volunteer, probably where I learned how to volunteer in things that you're really passionate about. She was diagnosed at 39 of breast cancer, fought it good for 11 years, and then we lost her at 50. Her memory really truly lives on at the Bluegrass Goes Pink venue. I think she's really happy we're helping other people through their cancer journey.
Guatemala has a lot of pretty doors too.
If she can do something for somebody else, she will definitely do it for them before she'd ever do it for herself. I am married to Jill. We've been married almost 35 years. I do believe she's giving more and more as the years go on, and I think the God's Child Project has brought a lot more of that out in her, realizing that we have so much and they have so little.
Friend Patrick Atkinson from Bismarck started this project 30 years ago, 1991. Right away when we get in country, we build a house. Most of them never have running water or power, but we fill it with bunk beds and homemade rugs from North Dakota and fill it full of groceries for the family. I think the giving is what keeps me going personally. I'm 61, I have a lot, and I think one of the important things is you do what you love, and do what makes you, what's passionate. Remarkable is kind of a big word. That's kind of like even higher up the chain there. I would like to think I do some remarkable things with my music, with my work. Maybe I think being remarkable is just being the best that you can be at what you do and what you love. Yeah, that's maybe it.
She's got that energy, that life force, whatever you want to call it, around her. There's a hurricane warning. Jill's in the room.
What a force of nature. And those are next star's 6 deserving, inspiring, and simply remarkable women. And to honor and celebrate their tireless dedication, Next Star is proud to donate $1,000 to each nonprofit.
They were the stars of a show that turned a zip code into a global pop culture phenomenon.
And we just want to give a shout out to all the remarkable women out there.
Let me get this straight. You need a soft, fast, responsive golf ball that carries for miles? Yeah, we can do that. The new Z-Star series from Srixon, built for distance.
The best thing that we love about the Wellington actually is the people.
They're so friendly and outgoing. They treat everybody like their family.
They made Mom feel like she was welcome here and that she belonged.
They take care of them one-on-one. Every need they need is taken care of. And they know that people are depending on them and they take it very seriously.
The Wellington has went above and beyond what I could have expected and appreciate everything that they do every day.
Celebrate every day with National Day Calendar. Join me weekday mornings during Good Day Dakota and Studio 701 to learn what's fun, unusual, or unique about the day.
National Day Calendar on KX is brought to you by Affinity First Federal Credit Union.
If you use tobacco, you're at a greater risk of getting cancer.
Quitting is hard, but you can quit.
It takes over your life. You can't wait to go and have another smoke.
If you tried to quit before and you went back to it, try again.
Most people don't quit on the first try.
Don't feel bad. Everybody needs help.
There's lots of ways to quit, and there's real help.
Call 1-800-QUIT now.
Don't you give up.
Congratulations to all of our remarkable women of North Dakota nominees and our local winner, Jill Wiese. Jill is now in the running to be Nextstar's Woman of the Year National Winner.
Sponsored by Basin Electric Power Cooperative and Berg's 24-hour towing and crane service. Your weather matters, and we've got you covered.
Get local weather coverage you can count on every morning. Just say,
Hey Amber.
Hey Amber.
Hey Amber, plan my day.
Record a video with your name and where you're from, and I'll give you your personal forecast on Good Day Dakota. It's that simple. Just send your video via Facebook or email and say,
Hey Amber.
Hey Amber.
Amber, plan my day.
Hey Amber, plan my day. Sponsored by Sundry Sand and Gravel.
This is RTX Zipcore, people. It's the meanest, baddest blade wedge we've ever made. And it's all thanks to Zipcore. Spin, distance, feel, control. Better, better, better. Woo! The RTX Zipcore from Cleveland Golf.
Words of wisdom. We are back at the legendary Hollywood Pantages Theater, where the world's biggest Broadway stars have performed. And no one knows better about the struggle for the spotlight plus equal time and pay for center stage than actress, author, and entrepreneur Suzanne Summers.
You know, when I signed on for Three's Company, I would have taken the part of a monkey. I would have let them pay me anything. People started noticing, wait a minute, Suzanne Summers was the first one who ever asked to be paid equal with men. If you follow the flow of your personal journey, you can't fail.
Nexstar Media Group applauds all pioneers and is dedicated to giving a continued voice and platform.
I am remarkable.
I am remarkable.
And I am a remarkable woman.
Shine your light, we're better together.
I am a remarkable woman.
And I am a remarkable woman.
And I am a remarkable woman.
We're better together. Going higher.
Inspiring women who keep paying it forward. And even more inspiration coming up. Who will be Nexstar's Remarkable Woman of the Year? The honor you've been waiting for, moments away.
Just someone who is strong, who helps others. All those are really qualities that, you know, make up a remarkable woman, and kindness.
Over the years, I developed an investing strategy that continues to deliver unstoppable prosperity. Hi everyone, I'm Charles Payne. As a young man from Harlem, I had nothing. I used the stock market to create my wealth. I know how Wall Street works. I've lived it as both a stockbroker and market analyst. Over time, I developed my own unique investing strategy that's beaten the market through both record-breaking bull runs and, yes, even those inevitable crashes and corrections. In my new book, I show you exactly how I do it. And today, I'd like to give you a free copy so you can learn to create your own unstoppable prosperity.
Just cover delivery to receive Charles Payne's new book absolutely free. Call 800-882-2255 or go to unstoppableprosperity.com right now and you'll also get his new DVD for free. So don't wait. Call 800-882-2255 or go to unstoppableprosperity.com now. That's unstoppableprosperity.com.
Eisman Homes, celebrating 101 years by offering you the floor plans of your dreams. Choose from full custom-built homes like the popular Platinum Series. Let Eisman help you design as you pick your favorite colors, cabinets, floor plans, and more. These homes are packed with a multitude of features and creature comforts. And Eisman has no shortage of materials and can get to work on your home right away. Contact Jen, Wayne, or Stephanie today at Eisman Homes, 1710 20th Avenue Southwest in Minot, or visit eismanhomes.com.
All right, guys, no insurance talk on beach day.
I'm down.
Yes, please.
Don't get me wrong, I love my RV, but insuring it is such a hassle.
Same with my boat. The insurance bills are through the roof.
Be cool.
I wish I could group my insurance stuff. Like the house, the car, the RV.
Like a cluster, an insurance cluster.
Yeah, I doubt that exists.
It's a bundle! It's a bundle and it saves you money! Hi, I'm Will from Progressive and I couldn't help it over here. Super fun beach day, everybody.
114 local winners, 6 finalists. Who will be flying high as Nextstar's Woman of the Year?
Nextstar's Remarkable Woman of the Year is Fonda Bryant.
Oh, here we are. Congratulations, Fonda.
Thank you, thank you.
This is such an incredible, remarkable moment. We're very happy for you.
Thank you, and I'm very proud and overwhelmed. And it's also for mental health and suicide prevention that does not get the warm and fuzzy stories, and I'm very proud to be representing mental health and suicide prevention. This is a win for all of those who are struggling.
Here from Nextstar is Melissa Stacy, Director of Local Content Development, and Julie Pruitt, Senior Vice President. And I don't know if you know that this was coming. Melissa, of course, we want to know why this is so important as an initiative for Nextstar.
The stories. I mean, you heard Fonda and you've heard her stories. You've heard all these remarkable women tell their stories. Your voices need to be heard, and we're so honored that you've allowed us to do that.
Oh, my goodness.
We want to present you this Crystal Award and just thank you so much for all your work and for sharing your story with us.
Thank y'all so much, man. My name never looked so good on something. Thank y'all.
And now your local winner.
This winter, KX News took nominations from you at home around North Dakota, looking for amazing, spectacular, remarkable women. Our goal? To honor those women doing incredible things in our communities. In March, we told you 18 stories of local women who inspire, lead, and forge the way for other women.
So it started out as just a job, but really very quickly became a passion.
It's a dang good life, I'll tell you that.
It's been a unique path, but it's been really awesome.
Hearing the thank yous, it's not why you do it, but sometimes when you just get stuck in that rut of why do I do this? You know, because you'll have those moments when you're like, oh, everybody else is, or I could be doing this, but instead I'm volunteering here. It's nice to be reminded.
There were tears shed, not in front of people, but privately, like, holy cow, this is getting super real.
Do what makes you feel good. Do what you're good at. Many of the things I volunteer at is kind of in my wheelhouse of being a nurse or an EMT.
It's been the breakthrough for me, so I hope it helps others. Good for everybody just to kind of think, what are you passionate about? What inspires you? What concerns you? And then don't be afraid. You can make a difference.
I was jumping all over the house. I was like, oh my gosh, thanks God. I'm glad I made through this. That's wonderful.
I really wanted to kind of support the arts in the community. I really recognize the value of a community that embraces arts and culture and creativity and gives people things to do.
As a child, I just knew I want to be a nurse. I want to take care of people, and I knew probably from the age 4 or 5, I pretended I was going to be a nurse.
But to find something that's never been bound before is really amazing. Might have to write another book.
If I do my part and step one foot in front of the other each day, then and keep trying, then I know that differences are being made.
4 women were named KX semifinalists: Tara Bradner, Jamie Fleck, Shelley Wepler, and Jill Wiese. Jill was selected as this year's winner. In her name, KX News has donated $1,000 to the God's Child Project.
The God's Child Project, as many know, is dear to my heart, and actually when I found out about the award, I had just returned from Guatemala from a 3-week service team trip. So it seemed very fitting. I have a lot of causes, but this was timing for the God's Child Project to be able to build some houses and keep on working down there when volunteers aren't there right now.
To all of our remarkable North Dakota women, thank you.
It is true. You are all stars. And speaking of, Star Jones now dropping by.
I was raised by remarkable women. The country does not work, it does not exist without these women who literally take a community on their shoulders.
Thank you for watching and celebrating Next Star's remarkable women. From the city where dreams come true, don't ever give up on yours. Next Star Media Group started with 1 station and now reaches more than 60% of homes in the U.S. So go for it and let us help inspire you to help make a difference.